think one of the biggest challenges of doing something like The Code is the fact that we're doing the whole thing. So it's great because we have an ownership over it, there's an authorship there, but that's also daunting as well.
I love working with Deb. Normally with another editor I would be sending a lot of notes back, prescriptive notes about why I've shot this shot, that shot, go here, go there. But with Deb I'd actually rather see how she interprets the material.
I think, if anything, The Code is very much about the world in which it inhabits being a part of the story as much as what the characters are doing. So holding and sustaining big, long, wide shots, the time lapse and how the time lapse is integrated into the series, knowing when to use those shots and knowing when not to. Having said that, probably one of the best scenes I think so far that we've done is the funeral in episode 1. We have quite a long scene which is quite emotionally engaging. It just sucks you right back into the world of The Code and the relationship between Jesse and Ned.
The screen graphics are another layer to the series and quite a critical part of what makes The Code. But it's just an interesting storytelling device.
The screen graphics is something that does require a little bit of work, and for me at the initial stages it's just looking at a sequence that I know is going to employ screen graphics and sort of taking a rough guess as to how long I think something needs to stay on screen for. I cut the scene based on, okay, how long would it take for someone to read that or look at that, or how long will it take to transition from one screen graphic to another.
One of the greatest challenges is to balance a certain reality with pushing the story forward and actually having kind of compelling story kind of points in terms of the graphics as well. In episode 1 there is a scene where Jesse is exploring the darknet and exploring the under-counter side. And it's been a real challenge to kind of work out how we can kind of differentiate the dark web to the light web. So it's been a real technical challenge, and it's been a real interesting kind of process to actually kind of visually represent how that actually looks. It's fulfilling to be able to come back to this kind of world. There was a lot of stuff that we did in season 1 where we kind of established a look of things and the way that we dealt with information, the way that we kind of help the story along with the graphics. It's really great now to have a bit of perspective on that, to come back to it and to kind of build upon that and actually kind of further it more.
I think the singular thing I'm most proud of is that we did something that was very unique in this country, made a show that I think we were all aspiring to make, that is complex and intelligent, and I think that that's what The Code is.